the classic, you know, overlord battle. Well, they decided to just fly past each other and say, we can be friends. And on this map, just like every other MLG map, we have our supply depot dropped at the bottom of the ramp. So Stim Schizo is going to be grabbing his gas while Shumo is still sitting on his minerals, and he is going for his early expansion. So
Very early expo in a ZVZ.
I expect Schizo to be going speedlings early on in the game, which could pose a very big issue for Shumo if he does not scout. Well, he does scout it, but if he's not prepared for it, especially with an early expansion, getting up those units to defend that will not be easy, especially being on creep. And Zerg on Zerg, it's not fun to have your enemy on your creep.
Absolutely not. There are some Zerg players who actually play with the strategy of not spreading creep towards their base, because the creep can benefit both players. Some Zerg players will actually opt for units that don't benefit as much as others from the creep.
That is my understanding. I used to play some Zerg here for fun on the side, but my understanding, 1v1, don't spread your creep against another Zerg player. It's not going to help you. We do have a Baneling nest going down for Schizo, and that could be some interesting play over here while Shumo is grabbing his Roach Horn, and that will definitely help to fend off these Zerglings which are on the way. However, does he have anything to defend that over here? No, he does not. He is grabbing out a Zergling, a pair of Zerglings right now. Although he is just going to leave this here to watch over that Zelnaga tower. The nice thing about Zerg on Zerg is that the Overlord placement just really helps you understand exactly what your enemy's doing and where he's going, as getting units to take those out, aside from Queens, you have to wait for Hydras or Mutas.
Yeah, the Overlord can be a great scouting tool in ZVZ for a very long time. I mean, most games won't make it to the point where you get Hydras or Mutas. I've seen a lot of Zerg vs. Zergs recently. People just get the most Banelings or get the most Speedlings as early on, and you just push, and that's game. The only thing where that doesn't prove to be true tends to be these high-end Korean tournaments where the Zerg players are just, they refuse to play that way. They just actually want to go for the craziest builds they can and come out victorious.
Absolutely, and I see a lot of Zerg players, they're not really in the habit of sacrificing their overlords to get some scouting information. Now, Zerg vs. Zerg, you can easily scout, but it's really helpful to you, especially Zerg versus any other race, to go ahead and scout that out. Now, we do have Pink pushing out here with his first push. He does have a pair of Banelings in the back. He will be working on attacking that natural. He does see the roaches are up and
Ooh, and
loses those
Banelings are
Banelings.
absolutely useless on Banelings are useless on roaches, so he saved all of his Zerglings there while managing to
Those
take them out.
those Banelings went out fast. They did not do much damage at all, and our Pink player is definitely having to back out of there, realizing, hey, I need to change up my strat here. He does drop his hatchery and his natural, and he will be producing a roach worm.
Instantaneously, as well as a spine crawler, because he knows that at any minute the green Zerg player could push out and he could come in, because there's just such a discrepancy at this point in time in the unit count. I mean, just such a more, it's mind-blowing at this point in the game to be this far down as a Zerg player. His nerves must be racing. He's trying to get as many units out as he can while being able to get the tech to keep up, making more Banelings though, surprisingly. I mean, he's seen how ineffective they've been thus far. I don't know why he would opt for more.
Well, I think the Banelings are a good idea considering how many Zerglings that Shumo has, and he does know when the green player is going to be pushing out. However, you're absolutely correct. This is not a position you want to be in, especially in Zerg vs. Zerg. Losing your entire army on that first push with not doing much damage at all to where they can just push out completely.
Expo goes down.
Expo goes down, went down way too fast when the roaches had just come up, and he is trying to drop a spine crawler on this creep that will be disappearing really quick. And that drone, I'm sure, is going to be dropping that hatchery, so the spine crawler will be able to stay alive. It won't be able to burrow. There it goes.
There it goes.
But we do
However,
have
he will not give himself room for the hatchery. Yeah, there we go.
this massive roach army moving out towards the pink player, and it is followed and backed up behind those zerglings. This is not a good position to be in, and quite frankly, I think it's going to be difficult for the pink player to be able to stop this.
You know, I think pretty soon here, if this isn't it, then soon after will be the GG. This many roaches this early on in a ZBZ is just absolutely devastating to your army. I mean, taking out Spinecrawler, forcing the cancel on the Expo. You just, even keeping up on injects as well as he has been, yep, there's the GG.
And you know, that was well played by Shumo. Credit to Schizo for definitely giving the shot on the first push. Just the Banelings weren't as effective, and as we already spoke about, Shumo was able to have full view of the enemy's base. He was expecting those Banelings. Roaches was a great play.
Absolutely, yeah. And next we're going to be playing on the map Crossfire, which I know you've said you liked it, and I know I like it. I think we're about to see a really good matchup right now.
Yes, Crossfire will be a very entertaining game to watch. Love that map. I think it's going to be fun watching these two go at it. Now, remember, to the rules, the players can switch their race during the tournament.
Absolutely, yeah, they can switch their race, but I'm not counting on seeing a race switch from either of the players. Time goes by, and I'm continuing to flood.
And I'm continuing to not be able to alt-tab and look at things. I can't look at our chat right now. There it goes. So we do have some Korean chat going on in our base. Or, sorry, in our chat.
In our base.
Yeah.
This is our base. Justin TV is now our base. We're taking over Justin. Whoever Justin is.
Who do you think Justin is? Is he like the Tom guy from MySpace?
I was just going to say he's like Tom from MySpace. I'm not sure who he is. I don't know who do you think you are, Justin?
You know, I remember when Justin TV first came around, I was out of town really wanting to watch, I think, a football game. And I resorted to Justin TV because it was just this video camera sitting in front of a television and it was playing the game for me. And now look at Justin TV. But seriously, he's definitely like the Tom of MySpace. Alright, we are ready. So a good sign is that if I'm talking here and they don't assume that I'm ready, that means that they're probably not watching this stream. So we assume all of our players play with a really good ethic.
Absolutely. Even though we are just spectators in this one, we aren't referees.
It's okay. I think we'll...
No, it's not okay. No. it's fine.
We should cancel this game right now.
You gotta remake it, guys. You gotta remake it.
In fact, here's how we're gonna do this. We're just gonna say pause, and if they don't pause, then we're in good standing. Okay, so we have Shumo in the top right corner, and we have Schizo on the bottom left. So this is going to be a spawning this far apart, which is the only option. You know, it does lead to macro games. However, it could be really interesting seeing what they do for first pushes if one decides to choose, or if one decides to do so.
Let me win so we can ace match.
You know, I'm always a fan of...
We are not rigging this tournament, Schizo. It's not nice.
No, they just don't understand that the tournament is already rigged. We just don't want to say it.
Absolutely.
So the most action we're going to see at this early game is we're going to see this Overlord, and that Overlord is going to be meeting this Overlord right in the middle. We'll see if they stop for some chat.
Dance.
You know, I wonder if they have a conversation with each other, saying, you know, I know you're a different color. I'm red. You're green. But do we have to be enemies right now? I mean, we're both stuck floating in air. Can't we just be friends?
I've always pictured the exchange just going as a blur and a blur, and they keep flying their separate ways, or whatever noise that they make when you click on them. I've always pictured it going that way, and they just keep flying without almost it doesn't seem like they even acknowledge each other. It's just kind of like a deep contempt of just disgustingness. I mean, look at those things.
It's gotta be.
I wouldn't want to see one of those. I wouldn't look in a mirror if I was an overlord. I mean,
All right, so we have the natural going down for Schizo, and he is giving a very warm greeting over to Shumo, who is just now getting into his base. Schizo has yet to run out over to Shumo's base for the scout. Not really something necessary right this second. It would be helpful to see if he's going for that early hatchery. However, he is sending out his drone to go ahead and scout out the opponent's base. Um, what kind of build do you think Schizo is going to go for now, considering what he just went up against?
I was actually just going to comment saying that it's the exact same opening as last game. Shumo's opting for the spawning pool or not reactor, oh my gosh, the extractor that is. And, Gitzo's just opting for the spawning pool hatchery, the exact same thing. Shumo will have an earlier speed. It's already almost halfway done, as to no speed upgrade yet at all. The extractor's not even finished yet for Schizo. I mean, it's literally like the exact same game. I'm watching the same game on a different map right now.
And we do have the gas building up for Shumo right now. He, like you said, that metabolic boost will be finished much earlier, and he does have his Zerglings out at the front. So he is going to have his little army at the beginning, but I don't think he's going to push out with that. The distance is too far, and I think it's wiser for him just to wait.
It is much wiser, seeing as there is a spine crawler, but at this point, he would have so many Zerglings with the 6 that are in rally that he would be able to do, and he's going to go for it. I think he's going to see the spine crawler and decide to back out and go with a more safe style of play like what you've said.
And right now, our red Zerg player, he does not have his army over here ready for it, and that spine crawler won't be enough. That this Zerg attack here could be devastating. It is going to take out that queen. A transfuse was not able to be used to save it, and he does take out the Zerglings. Will he have enough to take out this spine crawler? No, he's just going to go for those drones, and I don't blame him. However, he does have spine crawlers right around his base. He is reinforcing it with more Zerglings. He is really committing to this first attack to cause as much damage as possible.
And when you're up at such an advantage like he is at this point, why would you not commit for more? He could possibly snipe this early expo similarly to what he did last game, and it could just be game-changing. Well, it will be game-changing.
Absolutely, and he has those Banelings camping right outside, waiting for more Zerglings to show up. And at the same time, Shumo is grabbing his natural, and he is still reinforcing it. And he is currently producing...
Wow.
Oh, there's a GG.
Wow.
All right, so that's it for that round.
That's all she wrote.
And that was a really good play by Shumo. I think he did that
It really was.
exactly the way it should have been, and he played that very well. And we thought that it was looking more like a macro build because of the distance, but he did live up to the name of the map. He did go right for that attack.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that Schizo wanted to go for more of a macro-style game, and he punished him for not defending early enough to play that kind of a macro game. He knew that he was going to try to focus more on that expo and not have as many Zerglings. I mean, he's absolutely used his own mindset against him.
Yes, sir. So here we have Azrael, who has knocked Flava out. Sounds like I'm saying Flava Flav. Knocks Flava out 2-0. And Shumo the same for Schizo. Do we know the standing of plus minus and Johnny's matches, Matt?
No, we did not. I'm still waiting on that. I know my raid took the first match. Everyone took the liberty of telling me the exact score of each match. It was just so much spam in my chat. I told them to come back to me with the overall score. But I know right now, that was about 5 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, it was my raid up 1-0. But 1 or 2 games could have happened by then. So, we'll see.
Okay, so we're still waiting to find out what is going on with the other two matches. Then we'll be moving on to the